Good morning! Today is Half Moon Cay Day.
My name is Hannah, and this is my mother, Laurie. We are the mother-daughter duo that make up Journey with the Gingers. For this trip, we are on a 4-day cruise on the Carnival Sunshine. Come along with us as we begin our day at one of our favorite private islands, Half Moon Cay.
Today is a little bit delayed on getting off the ship because we did have some rough weather last night, and so they're just being cautious with the tenders. But we are heading to Half Moon Cay. Because of the wind outside, they have canceled our clamshell that we rented. So we're just going to go and just get a nice area with a chair and spend some time in the water, have some lunch, and then come back onto the ship. So let's go to Half Moon Cay. We're on the tender. There's a lot of wind. Windy. So I've already started eating, but we are at Half Moon Cay at the barbecue lunch, and I got jerk chicken, coleslaw, potato salad, rice and beans, and some fruit. And Hannah started eating, and she got a cheeseburger, and the jerk chicken is absolutely delicious. Y'all see my little fish out there? She's a fish. So we had a little problem this morning with our clamshell situation, and Hannah and I will explain that when we get in the room. But other than that, it's been a great day. We've really enjoyed the water. The water was actually not too cold. The lunch was good. The company was great. And we just love Half Moon Cay. So we'll explain the rest when we get back to the room. Okay, so we are super positive about cruising. We usually, about cruising and travel.
We're super positive about life.
Yeah, we are. But sometimes we feel like we need to share with y'all. Sometimes things don't always go your way with travel, and today was that day. It's been a rocky trip, and it's totally fine. I've been on cruise ships before that were rocky, but it's been really rocky. It's nothing that is the ship's fault. The weather's a little rough. It's rough. So we're dealing with that. So yesterday, well, last night, they made an announcement they were going to be canceling shore excursions for Half Moon Cay. And I think, to me, my opinion was that they were going to say this morning that they were going to cancel Half Moon Cay. And that's why they were canceling shore excursions, is what my feeling was. But we were lucky they didn't cancel Half Moon Cay.
The issue was that the shore excursions are not people that are on Carnival's ship. It is people who are literally commuting from another island to Half Moon Cay, and due to the wind and the rough waters, they couldn't make it to the island today, so they couldn't do the excursions.
Right. So this morning, TJ, our cruise director, made an announcement and said the only thing that's going on today are the cabanas and the oasis, which are the buildings that you can rent to stay in while you're on Half Moon Cay. And we had rented a clamshell, which is just like a thing that covers it and gives you shade. So I called down to the shore excursion desk and said, hey, saw that the cabanas are available. Are the clamshells available? and because we rented it prior to the cruise. And they said, no, we're not using the clamshells today. And I said, okay. I said, with the benefit of getting a clamshell is that you can get off early, like at 9 a.m. And you don't have to get a tender ticket, which is a ticket they call numbers to who's going to get on the tenders first.
Just understand, we were totally fine with that.
Yeah.
We were totally fine with, having to wait. And we understand, inclement weather means that, plans are going to be changed.
Right.
So we were not upset about the clamshell, and we were not upset about the delayed onboarding on the tender for us.
Right.
That we were not upset.
We're very laid back people. We don't get upset too easy.
So the issue, so we were like, we'll just go get breakfast, we'll occupy our time, and then we'll wait for our number. Well, we were number 30 and 31.
Yeah.
And by the time that they called us and we got on the island, it was 11:30.
Yeah.
People, they were starting the tender process at 8:30. The reason why it took so long is that there's only 2 tenders. The other tender boats were not available because their captains were not here.
Right.
Because of the inclement weather. So there's that. The issue that we have is what happened once we got to the island. So, but I will have to say this. People were frustrated because it was taking a long time to get onto the island, and we still had the same departure time, even though it's Carnival's Island.
So we had to be back. The last tender was at 3:15.
And by talking to some guests, we got there at 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
Some guests didn't get there until 1 o'clock, and
Yeah.
they had to be on a tender at 3:15, or they would have,
Yeah.
been left or whatever.
It was a short amount of time that we were given.
Yeah.
To be on the island.
The issue happened is when we got on the island. Once I stepped on the beach, I noticed that all the clamshells were up. And I was like, please God, tell me that people aren't just taking these freely, So we asked the family, we're like, hey, did you purchase this through shore excursions? And she said, yeah. She said, there's a guy walking around here and collecting our tickets. And I said, okay. I was like, when did you get here? She was like, oh yeah, we got on, the first tender because we had priority. And we were just like, I was like, how long have you been here? She was like, we got on the island at 9.
So we've been waiting around. We were ready at 9.
Yeah.
And we waited because we were told we couldn't use our tickets to get on the tender at 9.
So the issue at that point was we just didn't bring the tender ticket, the clamshell tickets, because we didn't think that they were going to be available.
We didn't even pack it.
And sure enough, there were people coming in and pitching up clamshells. And so the thing that was frustrating to us was that there was miscommunication. After going to guest relations, the very sweet guest relations person said that what the person told us at shore excursions was correct. They were not supposed to do the clamshells today. And they were not supposed to honor the 9 a.m.
shuttle time
departure.
Yeah.
Unless you had a cabana or the Oasis Villa or whatever.
Yeah.
And she said, but you should already see that your clamshell has been refunded. And that's why we went to guest relations, was to make sure that it got refunded.
Right.
And then we noticed that it did. We were just frustrated that there wasn't communication between what was said, with shore excursions and what was relayed to the island.
Yeah.
So that's where we were frustrated.
And it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a breakdown in communication, and every business has that happen every once in a while. So we're okay with it. We really got we had
Enough time.
Had got some good water time and had lunch and all that. But just want y'all to know that when you book a cruise, if things are not always going to go perfectly, but you're still going to have a good time.
And the biggest thing is that don't be the person to get mad at staff. I can tell you that the staff are not the people's making the big decisions. The ones that you're talking to at guest relations are not making the big decisions.
Right.
So please always be calm and understanding, and they try to assist you the best way possible.
Yeah.
So we got back to the ship, I would say probably about like 3:15, 3:30. The last, water shuttle from the island over was supposedly at 3:15. We left, the ship started moving about 5 p.m. But we just took showers to get the salt water off, got ready. We're gonna probably head over to the casino. We can't really record in there, but then we have a reservation at Cucina del Capitano at 6:30, and we'll show you what we had there, and we'll tell you how it tasted, what was our favorite things and things like that. But yeah, come join us for dinner. Change of plans. We are at Bonsai Sushi now. We ended up at Bonsai Sushi,
which is actually one of my favorite places on the Carnival Sunshine.
Yes, and this Bonsai Sushi, I know that some Bonsai Sushis, they don't actually have a sitting area in an actual restaurant setting, but this Bonsai Sushi does, which is very nice.
Yeah.
But for our drinks, you got the sake sangria. And that has sake, triple sec, pineapple juice, Sierra Mist, and fresh fruit. And what did you think of that?
I loved it. It was a very good drink. If you like orange juice, kind of tastes, it had a strong orange juice to it.
There is no orange juice
I know,
in
it
this.
doesn't say it has orange juice, so it tastes like orange juice with alcohol in it. But it was really good. I like it.
And then I got the Bonsai Bellini. It has Saint Germain lychee syrup. I don't know what that is. Domaine something. And yeah, Michelle sparkling wine.
Yeah.
So that was really delicious. It was a lot of bubbles, and you taste a really big flavor of lychee, which I absolutely love, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
so.
both cocktails were really good.
Yes. So for our meals, so you got the poke salmon bowl. So what'd you think about it?
I've been thinking about it since I had it. I really like it. Rice has a cucumbers with a great dressing on it. Of course, the salmon had some fried seaweed and rice and edamame. It was really good. I got it last time, and I was like, that's one thing I want when I go back on the Sunshine.
I decided to do something stupid, but I loved it. And I got the sushi ship, like the big boat that comes out with sushi on it. It's called the Ship for Two. So Mom had a couple of pieces of it.
I did.
But it comes with miso soup for 2 people. That miso soup was so good. Mom didn't finish hers, so I drank hers and I drank mine. Delicious miso soup, some of the best I've ever had. It comes with a salad, but the salad's on the boat. And it's kind of hard to eat, like to transfer it from the ship to your plate. So I really didn't get to taste that because I was like, that's going to be too much work for me to get that.
Also, you had a lot of sushi to eat.
Yeah, I also had a lot of sushi to eat. And so for the sushi portion of the ship, there was the Bang Bang Bonsai Roll. The Bang Bang Bonsai Roll has salmon, cucumber, crab, shrimp, and wasabi mustard. And then it also came with the California Roll on it. And the California Roll is crab, avocado, cucumber, sesame, and Topiko mayo. And I have to say it was good, but I would prefer to not have the mayo on it. That's my one critique about that. I just wouldn't have the mayo. And then they also had on the ship, they had, I think it's nigiri. I think that's the type of sushi it is. They had 2 tuna, 2 salmon, and 2 shrimp nigiri. So 6 nigiri altogether. And it was absolutely delicious. And yes, I ate it all. She had some pieces of it with her poke bowl. But I was craving a lot of sushi. I have no regrets about it at all. So just thought you should know.
It was a delicious meal. We're not hungry at all.
Yeah.
They're feeding us well.
Yes. And if you don't know how to use chopsticks, you can do what Mom does and ask for a fork. Just so you know. Alright. Bye.
Hannah.
Alright, perfect. One
So
of
we're
you
waiting
might be
for the
playing
Love and
on the
Marriage
station,
show.
3 of you.
As you can tell, they're doing bingo. It's loud. But we have to show you something really cute. Some little ladies that are dressed like Santa. So cute.
No, they're Mrs. Claus.
Excuse me, they're Mrs. Claus's.
B7 is our last.
Okay, so we got our 3 couples here. We got 10 questions, but at the top, make sure you put your name and your cabin number at the very top if you haven't already. Now, folks, I will say for this, please don't think too hard about the answers. Have some fun with it, okay? Whatever comes to mind. You don't have to try to be funny. You're already going to be funny as it is. Let's give it up for these 3 couples right here. Make some noise to be funny. All right, so our first question is, when and where did you first meet? When and where did you first meet each other?
July 2011.
Okay, July 2011. Where was it and when? Chris, tell me.
Church, July 2009.
Ah! 2 years off. Is that a match? Wow, the audience is vicious today. So what is it, 11 or 9? She says 11. Is that So when and where did you first meet Gerald? Where was it?
1971 at the disco party.
Oh, disco party, 1971. Hey, okay. Rhoda, tell me.
Yeah, the 1971 at the Medley disco party.
It's Alright, tell us the name of your husband's last girlfriend and how is she be described? Tyson, what's the name?
Logan.
Logan, that's your ex.
Yes.
And then what about Logan?
She's an ex for a reason.
Okay, and then Regina, what you got?
First of all, we've been married for 12 years and I've never heard of a Logan.
A name we do not speak of, apparently. All right, can you please tell us which of her family members would you like to make disappear and why? Okay, so you started by saying nobody, then you came up with the name. So who would you like to make disappear?
My wife's sister Frida.
Your wife's sister, Frida. Okay, and what about Frida?
She's a nagger.
She's nagging as well. Okay, she's always onto something. Rhoda, what was your prediction?
Frida
And she what?
complains a lot.
She's a complainer. All right, well there you go. That's the next. We've spoken about this.
I don't know what he is. At first I thought he was a pig. And I'm thinking that's probably what he is, but I'm just not 100% sure. What do you think? After Bonsai Sushi, we went to the Love and Marriage show. It was quite entertaining. Yeah, I mean, you just have to experience it. And there was a lovely couple that had been married for a lovely 49 years. They're from South Africa, and I think they won, but they got all their answers almost right. So it was really cool. But we're gonna wrap it up today. Once again, sorry that this vlog had a little bit of negativity in it. We don't necessarily like to harp on negative topics, but we just felt that, you know, we just should share our experience. We're gonna make sure that tomorrow's gonna be a much better day, more positivity. But before we go, if you have not liked this video yet and you enjoyed this content, please feel free to like and comment if you have any questions. We are happy to assist you in any way possible in regards to travel questions and things like that. And also, if you're not part of our community, please feel free to subscribe and be a part of our community. We would love to have you. But for now, we shall see you tomorrow. That is our last full day here on the Carnival Sunshine. So stay tuned. Bye!